Hello and welcome back to Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast, everyone, for a bit of an update on the future of the show from a very, very messy bedroom. Yes, if you're watching this on video right now, my bed, backdrop and everything looks an absolute state because I am finally doing a very big reorganisation, gutting, tidying, whole mess thing in my room that has been needed for a little while now. You can't really see most of the mess on camera. You haven't been able to the whole time, thank goodness, because it's got pretty bad at sometimes. But, you know, it's one of those things if something gets a bit overwhelming and it's a little bit of a crippling thing of planning where to start. Last Monday, I just went, let's get started. Spent 3 days doing it last week, finishing it off this week, and hopefully we'll finally have it in a really good state. We're almost there. Very happy about it. But you're not here to hear me talk about my room being a messy state. You're here to talk about, or listen to me talking about the future of the podcast. And I want to give you a bit of an idea of what I'm thinking for the future of the show. Because, obviously, we've got a long time to wait now before Doctor Who comes back. It was going to be Christmas, and then probably a wait after that. Now it's just quite a long wait. It could be 2028, 9:30, who knows when the show's going to come back. And of course, that raises the question of what happens to this podcast. Do I keep it going? Do I, put it on hiatus? Do I do less frequent episodes? I've been thinking about a lot of different options in my head and how to go about things. And before we knew Christmas had been cancelled for the show, I was actually planning on giving the podcast a small hiatus. I'll be honest about that now. Just because I thought there were some episodes where I was kind of running a bit dry with ideas and just trying to keep it weekly for the sake of keeping it weekly. And some of you in the comments have been saying when I took the occasional break that you wouldn't mind if the podcast was just every 2 weeks regularly. Well, it's time to put your money where your mouth is, folks, because that's what we're going with at the minute. I'm deciding that for the time being, at least, I would like to do the podcast every 2 weeks. I consider doing it monthly, but I think right now, that's a little bit too infrequent for my personal liking. I enjoy this show. I know you guys enjoy listening to the show. I want to try and keep it as consistent as I can. But I think, A, right now, life's a little bit busy and there's other things I want to be getting done behind the scenes of the podcast. B, the Patreon has been languishing. I'm so sorry about that. We had big plans to obviously have lots of cool stuff coming in this year. And then obviously when Crispy decided to leave, just keeping the show going on my own was the main priority. And so the Patreon has suffered. I apologise for that. But thank you to everyone who's still subscribed on there. You've no idea how much that means to me, genuinely. But I want to give myself more time to work on there and get caught up on there and hopefully encourage more people to sign up to it. That'd be lovely. And also just make sure every episode is not necessarily an event, that's pushing it too much, but just everyone is worth clicking and listening to. So I'm going to do every 2 weeks starting next week. So this week is technically a week off, but I'm explaining what's happening. Next week we'll come back and we'll go from there. Next week I think what we'll do is a final tidy up on what's next for Doctor Who, because we got so many calls about the situation, the cancellation of the Christmas special, that I think I could make another episode out of that. I think it'd also be good to not have my rambly, ranty, crash-outy thoughts and just actually be a bit more constructive and go, let's talk about what's going to happen for the show and where things can go and what we can hope for and just have a nice, more positive, forward-looking episode. So that's going to be next week. After that, I want to start a few new formats, and as always, I mentioned this the last few episodes, I want your suggestions in the comment section below, so please leave them. There is no stupid idea, there is no bad idea, there is no boring idea. If I don't like the idea personally, or should I say don't think I can make a good episode myself based on your suggestion, I just won't do it. But I want to take every possible suggestion because I really want this to be an interactive thing where you guys and I are working in tandem with making the podcast as good as it can be. But at the minute, here are my current plans for things to do. First off, Classic Who. I know, it's the obvious one. It's the one I should have been doing for a very long time and haven't got around to it. Finding time for it's been challenging. So another reason why every 2 weeks would give me a bit more time to hopefully get up on Classic Who watching. My original plan with that, with the episode of Clever Dick Films, which will still happen, the poor guy's been an absolute saint waiting for me, but the original plan was to pick a few specific episodes from different Doctors and then talk about those in the episode and do that as a regular series. I'm debating whether to change that now and just do actually watching it in order. Let me know what you think about that, whether I should just go, let's go from 1963 up to 1989 and do it either a season at a time or a storyline at a time. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that, because I think it could be really good, perhaps, for example, to do a classic storyline every month. I think that could be really cool. But I want to know what you guys think, so do let me know in the comments section below. The next thing is also Modern Who season rewatches. Now, I know we've done looking back on series, we've done series tier lists, we've talked about Modern Doctor Who a fair bit, but the one thing I haven't done is actually rewatch each series before I talk about it, so I can really get into the nitty-gritty, little bits that stand out, rewatching episodes going, actually, I feel differently about this, that kind of thing. I would like to do that too. That could also be a once-a-month thing. Of course, by that point, if it's every 2 weeks, there's going to be about 2 episodes a month, so that would fill out the gap. So that one might be more infrequent, maybe every other month or something like that. The other thing I'm also thinking of is companion-specific episodes or character-specific episodes. So let's do a deep dive on Martha Jones. Let's do an analysis of Yasmin Khan. Let's talk about the pros and cons of Ruby Sunday. Let's have calls in about that. And I can either rewatch the episodes or just go into a big analysis of the character and really reflect on the good and bad of each specific character of Doctor Who. I do it for normal Doctors, but I feel like I've kind of done that just going through episodes. So let me know if you still want me to do that. I could still do it for Doctors too, but I think that could be a cool thing too, you know? Actually have a character analysis every once in a while. So what we could do is cycle between those three formats. Classic Who, Modern Who, character analysis, and keep doing it like that. Or I could have a certain one every month, or I could just pick and choose what I want at certain times, and occasionally sprinkle random bits in too, like the Akhenaten episode that we got calls in for, and other stuff as we go along. This is kind of where my head's at, because I want to have different things that make the podcast coming back to worth watching and listening for all of you. So that's where my head is at. Obviously, because next week, like I said, I'm going to do the final wrap-up what's next for Doctor Who. That gives me about 3 weeks now to decide how to start, and plenty of time for you to leave comments down below and let me know how you think I should begin it, because I really would appreciate all of your thoughts on that. So let me know. I'd really, really appreciate it, because of course, we're going to be waiting a very long time for more Doctor Who now. I'm not going to sugarcoat it in saying that I think my interest in the show is probably going to wane the longer that it goes on, but if I can keep watching the show, keep watching Classic Who, Modern Who and all that stuff with my hyperfixating personality, that'll keep me invested enough to want to be talking about it, because I don't want this show to go. I really enjoy it. I enjoy interacting with all of you on it. It means a lot to me, and I would rather not put it on hiatus unless I really feel it's necessary. So please let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me. Just let me know your thoughts generally on what you'd like from the podcast, how you'd like things to change, improve, tweak, what you'd like to see on the Patreon. Is there a thing that you'd like to see on there that is the reason you've not signed up yet that you'd like to? Because again, I want to get that a bit more excited over there. I'll see how I do about other recording bits and keeping up the benefits and doing watch-alongs. Watch-alongs could be a really good thing if I'm going to be reacting to Classic Who anyway. I could actually film my reactions to it or something like that. That could be cool, you know? Let me know what you think. I want all those thoughts. Literally give me everything. I want to spend like a couple of hours going through people's comments and really analysing it and taking notes and planning for the future of the podcast. So please don't leave anything on the cutting room floor. Leave as much as you want in the comment section. Episode ideas, what you like and dislike about what I've just talked about, what you think I might have forgotten about, what you'd like to include, remove, change. Tell me everything. I want to run off as many suggestions as I can. That's enough from me. It's currently 11:15 on Monday night. This is going up at 6 a.m. the next morning because I was going to record this earlier in the day, and as you can see, my bed's still messy. I ain't had time to sit down and record it. So I'm going to get this thing rendering and uploading while I actually tidy my bed so I can sleep tonight, because that's been a fun thing every night while I've been tidying this room. But I appreciate you all greatly. I genuinely, genuinely do. I hope you're all doing well, especially in the UK. This heat wave is coming on, and it's going to be killing a lot of us off, at least metaphorically. Hopefully not physically. Good grief. That'd be very dark and a bit concerning. But yeah. Thank you all for watching, for the support. Greatly appreciate it. I will see you all next week with a new episode of the podcast. Until then, it's goodbye from me. Leave all your comments down below, as I've said, and I'll see you next week. Allons-y, baby!